What's going on, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. Today we're going to learn a really easy song that should be in everybody's repertoire. This is always a straight banger live that people love. Brings back great memories of the 90s, and it is Dreams by the Cranberries, okay? So it's really just a couple different chords. It even has like a cool chanting bridge part that, again, is super easy. And basically the way we're going to play it to arrange it for acoustic guitar is going to sound like this. So basically make sure you click the link below because we're going to have the chords for all this. And it's not even just so much about the chords, it's kind of about how we choose to play them and how we're taking what is a very cool melody, electric guitar wise, with some effects to incorporate it with the chords on an acoustic guitar to make it sound kind of like a true to form version of the song. Great song, right? So starts with E major. In fact, the whole song is really in the key of E major with the exception of the bridge. But we really kind of just hang on this chord right here. Middle finger, second fret on the A string, ring finger, second fret on the D string, pointer finger, first fret on the G string. Okay, now, I think, when I think of this song, I think of that guitar line, it's really just kind of like... It's really just going back and forth between that open B string and the first fret on the G string. If I just say the names of the strings that I'm hitting, B, G, B, G, B, B, G, B, G, B. Now we can get an example of that picking an acoustic guitar, like because it really is, it's still in a time signature that's like counting to 4, but we have, we're skipping a note to kind of give it that cool vibe that really just pushes the riff forward. So the way I just did that right there is I just went B, G, D, B, G, D, B, D. Okay? So again, I'm just going kind of straight back. Okay? So I still have really 8 beats that I'm hitting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And what happens when you do it that way, when I kind of break 8 beats into 2, 3 counts and a 2 count, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it really kind of has what I think is, like I said, a faithful recreation of, which is the main thing, right? But again, I don't think that, as great as that is, it doesn't really cut it on acoustic guitar if you just have kind of one guitar player and like a singer, or if you're singing yourself, right? So what we're gonna do is just back pick B, G, D, B, G, D, B, D 2 times, and then the next chord is gonna be an A major. I like to play it as an A suspended 2, which is really just take that E major, move it down a string, and pop your pointer finger off. So it's really just kind of like an E minor chord of string higher, right? And then do the same thing. Same picking, but now where the riff was open B 2G, it kind of has that picking sound. And then we're gonna go to B major, all right? A lot of people are like, oh, B major, I'm checking out, I can't do that B major. Ah, it's so hard. Because it's the second fret on the A string, and then the 4th fret on the D, G, and B string. And then if you do a raised bar, you also get the 2nd fret on the high E string. Now the great thing about being in the key of E, having this B major chord, is what are the, again, B major is a chord in the key of E major. E, F, G, A, B. In fact, it's the 5 chord, right? What are the highest 2 strings in a guitar in standard tuning? B and E. So we know that those notes are in our key, so instead of playing, if you have trouble getting that bar chord down, just play this. We're technically adding an E to a B major chord, or a B, no, it's really a power chord, 2A, 4D, and 4G. With that open B, it just doubles up the B goodness, in fact kind of triples it up. And then if you want to get that E in there, it's just another sound that glues it back together in the key. So you can do the same picking pattern, but leaving that B string open. Again, kind of an interesting sound because we're getting two Bs in a row. That should be the same note, assuming your guitar's in tune, to standard tuning. But I think it sounds really cool, and it's a little bit different than having to do a bar chord. You do the same thing with the bar chord. But again, you know, so the idea here is to get that theme into the chords. You could just play it straight up as chords. Okay, so now you can tell it's kind of dynamically played, where it's not just like, that's just kind of like the 1, 2, 3, and 4 and campfire strumming of the song. I really think that to get the vibe of the song, you want to get that kind of forward propulsion motion going on. And the way you can do that is either do it with the picking that we were talking about, or do it with this kind of like, these are all downstrokes, except for that last one. Okay, so the best way to explain that is to think of the dynamics and where you're kind of having what the big downstroke is. Okay, and when I say that, I'm not even so much putting more power on the downstroke, I'm really kind of getting more strings. So if we just take the first few counts there, it's really like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when I had that big 1, that's the whole string set. I'm getting all 6 strings. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that might have been a mouthful to think of. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think thinking of dynamics and countings where you have that 1 be the accent is a great way to do it. So one thing that I found really helpful is to maybe just take a piece of paper and then just write the amount of times you hit it, right? If we just talk about how many actual downstrokes there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? If you just go through, if you want to see that as like 2 bars, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and maybe they have like a 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then just mark where the accents are. And seeing it visually is something that really helped me with my strumming to kind of get that. To the A suspended to the B, back to the E. So again, that was kind of like a combination of both, where I'm kind of moving around through the string sets instead of it's kind of just aiming for the higher part of the string set, and I'm kind of getting that same melody happening on top of a chord without having to do anything with my fretting hand. It's all about locating the part of the chord that you want to accentuate to make it sound like maybe more is going on than just a straight E major chord. Same thing with the A, or A suspended to A major. I think they're kind of interchangeable in a song like this. Or A major. Again, this is to taste, really. Again, make sure you click that link below because it has all the chords, even if it's just written as an A major, out so you can kind of follow along with the lyrics. And then to the B, played as either a B major bar chord or this kind of B major open power chord type thing we got going on. Back to E, okay? Now, the last thing I want to talk about real quickly is just the bridge, or the chanting part that she really does an incredible ethereal job on. It's really just a G chord, same rhythm to a C chord. So, really simple song conceptually, because it's just, again, just those major chords in the key of E. E, A, B, E. A bridge is really easy, just G to C a couple times, and then just ride out E, A, B, E all the way home. But there's so many different ways you can play it. That's why it's a really great example of different ways you can kind of dress up a song, make it something that's like really simple on a chord chart, but then really try to keep some of the essence of what the original song had to make it, you know, more of a fitting tribute maybe, and actually a little more entertaining to play. So hopefully you like that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below, any other requests you guys might want to see. And make sure you check out other videos on the Guitar Control channel by myself, other great guitar control inspectors, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.